From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of Friday, October 6, 2017, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by Samaritan Ministries. Samaritan Ministries is a ministry that gives Christians the opportunity to live in community with each other, providing for each other in a time of medical need. It's not health insurance, but thousands of Christians are joining the movement that allows them to care after one another's health care. I mean, that's everything from broken bones to cancer, pregnancies to organ transplants. Every month, more than 69,000 households give generously to other members with a qualified medical need through Samaritan Ministries International's website at samaritanministries.org. One-person membership start at just $100 a month. Two-person memberships now start at $200, and memberships for 3 or more people start at just $250. Just as significantly, Samaritan members also pray for one another and include notes and cards of encouragement with their monthly shares, which they send directly to other families. Find out more and visit them at www.samaritanministries.org. Like I said, I'm your host, Cameron, and here with me in our under construction Orlando studios, Eddie Big Hat Kaufholz is back.
What's up, man? Good to see you.
We are excited to see you.
That's nice.
Over there on the ones and twos, our producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
Oh, I forgot to say illustrious. On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia.
Maybe he's not illustrious
Jesse
anymore.
Carey.
Hello. You guys are in the hard hat zone right now, and I love it.
That's
I love
true.
it. It's all happening.
It's not the no spin zone. It's the hard hat zone.
The hard hat zone.
And,
It's going to stay like that.
On the Skype line from Nashville, Tennessee, Tyler Huckabee.
Hey guys, looking good. The new studio's looking sharp, guys.
Yeah, those
I love what I'm seeing.
those twins, those guys that Jesse loves, have actually been overseeing
The Property Brothers?
They've been overseeing this entire project, and it looks great. They're awesome.
It's an extended demo day for them.
If longtime listeners know that for the last month or so, we have been transitioning out of our old studios and into new, larger studios and offices in downtown Orlando. And the timing didn't quite line up. And so for about 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, we were officing remotely and out of my house. And so we were recording this podcast from my son's playroom.
Yeah, which I liked.
It was fun.
There were like fun little Luigi Legos and stuff in there.
Play little toys while we were doing our bits.
It's a nice place.
Well, Cameron, if you guys need assistance in the construction demo, here's the thing. I'm not that skilled, but I have bought a Property Brothers outfit, which is a tucked-in shirt, because that's not weird.
Tucked-in
It's not
flannel.
weird.
Tucked in flannel. That's right.
Tuck-in flannel, boot-cut jeans, some hair product, a tool belt. I'm really excited, and a measuring tape that I'm just going to be kind of running around arbitrarily measuring things.
Yeah.
I want to be any help that I can, and my extensive Property Brothers knowledge, is there for you guys. I also would like, Cameron, if you don't mind, if you can purchase one of those cool 3D rendering softwares where I can make a little animation of things like shooting through the walls, and I can just do some cool Minecraft designs in there. If that's okay with you guys.
Not to one up you, Jesse, but I also have a Joanna Gaines outfit that I purchased, and I would love to bring it by the studio and point some people in the right direction to make sure your studio gets done on time in the manner which Joanna is known for, before they pulled her off air last week.
Yeah, all of Christendom mourns. Our listeners must be beside themselves.
Hey, you guys should see the new issue of Relevant coming out.
We have old Chipper talks to us about that decision.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? He just started talking
relevant.
He just started talking about it last week.
We can get interviews with famous people.
I'm not saying
That's right.
can't, but like for it to make the print cycle is pretty impressive.
It's in there.
Oh, it's impressive.
It's kicking off the current section, right? The front of the magazine.
Man,
It's called hard work, Eddie. Hey, look it up in the dictionary.
It's called hard work. So the state of affairs right now, to paint a visual picture, is we are in what will be our permanent podcast studio. It's a white room with concrete floors. And literally nothing. We are sitting at a folding table, and we have tacked up acoustic panels on the wall just so it's not echoey. So we're making do.
Yeah, but I found my coffee cup from the old place to the new place, which I didn't know if it would make it because it's a pretty delicate cup, but I like it. And
I packed that one, Eddie, and I gave it its own washing machine size box filled with newspapers.
I really appreciate that.
So we found your cup, but we can't find things like headphones. And, so I'm sitting there like, guys, I don't have any headphones. They're like, yeah, there's a box of studio stuff we can't find.
Usually, like the guys kind of scramble for stuff, but they were resigned. They're like, it's in a box.
There's literally all of our studio's space is just boxes right now, just storage.
It's really wild, but it looks incredible.
It'll be fun when we're done.
It'll be awesome.
And to all you listeners, if you're ever passing through Central Florida, you can't miss us. We are one of the tall buildings right on I-4 next to about a block away from where the Orlando Magic play, the arena, right in the heart of downtown. And you all are welcome to stop by and have a tour. Give us a month or two to kind of actually finish this place.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun to meet everybody and come through. We're not buried off in other parts of Orlando right now. We're right in the middle.
It's right next to Jersey Mike's. If you're stopping through, there's a Jersey Mike's subs, and I love it. They're number 7. Great sandwich.
I ate at right across the street. There's a Wahlburgers. The Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg.
I'm aware.
Place.
Yeah.
I stopped in there the other day. I was surprised. It was really good.
On a Five Guys scale,
no,
where Five Guys is clearly a 10, where does it rank?
No, I thought it would be Five Guys. It's not. It's a sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, no. It's got a little...
it's like a fast casual situation?
No, like you have a full waitress. This is a full-serve restaurant. There's a full-serve bar. It's like a real restaurant, but it's called Wahlburgers. Yeah. I had no idea. I thought it was a takeout place.
Is the decor just pictures of biceps everywhere?
No. This is real though. In the main dining room, it's pictures of the brothers, and then as you walk down the hallway to go back to the bathrooms, it's all his movie posters. Framed.
That makes sense. That
Wait, Donnie or Mark's?
Donnie
Wahlberg.
would only be the Sixth Sense and that blue
And
talk show.
the only thing I didn't like about it was that the music playing overhead only in sync. It was really really annoying. It was just
weird. Real bummer.
Just
that Mark's a well-known NSYNC fan.
well, and wait, I thought Donnie Wahlberg was in it.
No, New Kids on the Block.
Oh, he's the New Kids on the Block. Dang it. Okay. Well, and what was interesting also, the wait staff, the Funky Bunch. All the Funky Bunch. They don't have anything else to do right now.
They put the Funky Bunch to work. They've been waiting for a gig for a long time. Finally, they got they're busboys now.
They realized there were enough Funky Bunches to open 22 restaurants with and have them staff the whole thing.
The Funky Bunch. The thing about the Funky Bunch, it never ends. I mean, it's just like an amoeba. It just keeps evolving over time, and you got to employ them. So
there's approximately, from what I understand, I read a thing in the Orlando paper when I was out there. It's about 200 Funky Bunch, 199 work in various restaurants. One of them's a bicep model, and business has been good for that one. So good for them.
I'm not kidding. If we renamed the show ever from the Relevant Podcast, calling it the Relevant Funky Bunch would not be the worst branding decision we've made.
It's confusing. It's confusing though, because 3 in 10 Americans are actually in the Funky Bunch. So there's really we need to make it a little more exclusive than that.
I hear what you're saying, but generally no one ever leaves the Funky Bunch.
that's right. Once you're in, you're always in.
Right. So if one day Calvin shows back up, like it just makes sense. He was never not in the Funky Bunch.
That's a good segue, man. Good for you.
Thanks, man. I've been working
a little inside baseball, a little behind the scenes. Longtime listeners remember an era where our good friend Calvin Kearley was on the podcast. Do you remember that era? It was pre you.
No idea who he is. It was not pre me. It was
not pre you. That's right.
No. It was my introduction. I sat next to Calvin.
That's right.
It was like we were on it for a couple months together, and those were some glorious months.
And then he showed up at our 10-year anniversary show, the live show.
Wherever 100 or more are gathered in his
Calvin
name,
will appear.
Calvin will show up.
Yeah. Little inside baseball, little news. Calvin is rejoining the Relevant staff, and we're very excited about that. And he might just pop up on the show from time to time.
Yeah. But just to be clear, Calvin, because I know you're listening because you're excited about how we're going to be talking about you. It's not going to be a regular thing.
No.
Because it's
a little Calvin goes a long way.
Right. It's like, I want a Frosty every day. Should I have a Frosty every day? No. I should have a Frosty.
And if you're going to have one, maybe you get the kid size. Just satisfy the sweet tooth.
Because all of a sudden, if you fully indulge on Calvin, you got full-blown diabetes. Is what we're saying. Diabetes.
Yeah. So that's fun. So right at the front of the show,
adult onset is what we're saying.
Adult onset will all have the sugars.
A lot of listeners are tuning in for our headliner guests and stuff, and they're getting all of our little like office and staffing updates. Usually that should be a the back of the show. Sorry about that. Coming up, we do have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later, John Mark McMillan joins us. He has a brand new album out, which is a lot of fun. Now, here's the thing we're going to do with John Mark. We're not. You want to read a John Mark interview? Pick up the next issue Irrelevant.
Yeah, it's great.
How did you get him? It's shocking.
What we're doing with John Mark is, if you know anything about his lyrics, he's known for the sloppy wet kiss.
Yeah.
The famous worship song line that then when more conservative worship leaders covered it, they would change it to unforeseen. So when I think of John Mark McMillan, I think this guy knows worship lyrics like nobody else. Right. So we actually have a game coming up later that Jesse has put together called More Love, More Power.
Oh, no.
And it is a worship lyrics game contest with John Mark McMillan.
Cameron, you mispronounced it. I thought I made it clear on the rundown there. It's pronounced More Love, More Power!
I got to tell you, I don't know.
That's how you pronounce the game title.
I don't know any worship lyrics. I basically don't know many Christian-y songs.
Well, Eddie, this level of difficulty of this game is so high. It doesn't matter if you have an expert knowledge of 80s power ballads or an expert knowledge of 80s worship songs. We've gone some deep cuts that I wanted to make sure that there's a level playing field, and I'm pretty excited to see how John Mark does.
Jesse gave me the beta test yesterday, and I'll tell you, I got an F-. I don't think
I'll tell you this. Jesse reported back to me a little staffing update. We have a new head of our audio and video area. His name is Nathan Grubbs. He worked for 5 years as one of the key people who launched Jesus Culture. And he also has done a lot with Bethel worship. Okay. So if anybody knows worship, it's this guy. Jesse also sent it to Nathan yesterday. How did Nathan do?
He did a little bit better than Tyler, but I want to say I stumped him probably 60% of the questions.
See,
and this is a guy who grew up in the culture.
So to me, that's the baseline.
Yeah.
So if John Mark does any better than Nathan Grubbs, I mean, that means he's a savant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
truly.
Speaking of new Chandler, Nathan is a great guy. He is very good at his job.
And you guys don't even know, he has been part of these last probably month and a half of podcasts, just quietly observing Chandler. Just staying in the room, watching him.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people don't know this. Why we hired him is we noticed someone was stalking Chandler. And we said, that guy's got to be on our team. Partly for Chandler's safety, so we keep an eye on this guy. Why is he following Chandler home at night? But anyway, he's on board, and keep an eye on him, Nathan. He's sleeping outside his Chandler's house at night. Something's going on there. We're going to get to the bottom of it. But welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. Oh, man. So that game's coming up later, John Mark McMillan. And then we also, very exciting, if you know author, speaker Mike Foster, People of the Second Chance, he's in a lot of the leadership conferences and stuff like that. He is coming up later on the show because part of the fall kind of rollout of a lot of new programming from the Relevant Podcast Network. One of the first shows we're launching this fall is called Fun Therapy with Mike Foster. And it's a fascinating, fantastic show where he sits down with various celebrities and leaders and basically does on-air therapy with them. But his approach is actually kind of unconventional. And if you know him at all and his message at all, you know why it's called Fun Therapy. That podcast is debuting this week.
Oh, neat.
And we will be playing a portion of next week's episode for you where he sits down with Jason Russell from Invisible Children. That is a fascinating one. So Mike Foster and Jason Russell are coming up later with a little kind of taste, a little 8-minute or so segment of Fun Therapy.
I have met Jason, and he is, when we have worked together on some iJam stuff, he is really intense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, he is... In case we're keeping this in the recording, I want you all to know that we just basically heard a noise, and because we're surrounded by other people, we have no idea.
We think the office is haunted.
Guys, I knew this was going to happen. I knew that part of that office was haunted. I felt it when I went in there. I had my Ghost Hunter. Cameron actually had me come in and bring my Ghost Hunter's gear. And I got a reading back there. I think something, I don't want to alarm you, but I think something during the Civil War transpired in that room that you guys are in.
It was more of a sound like a ghost raccoon than it was Civil War era.
That's not the vibe I got. I got something bad during the Civil War happened in the very room you're in right now, in a building that was constructed in 2010. I don't understand it. But I would be concerned if I were you, because that's what went down there. So
we're on the second floor.
We're on the second floor.
If you hit the third floor button, just go straight to 4. It doesn't even light up. There's no way to access.
It's kind of like the Tower of Terror Hotel.
It's an absolutely Like, I know that you're excited about this big move, but this is not good.
Not good.
This is a terrible place.
Well, that's why I could afford the rent. It's haunted adjacent. It's not haunted. It's haunted adjacent.
Yeah. The weird I didn't tell you about this. This is kind of a weird thing. The other day, Cameron, when I was there, I went out and got coffees for everybody and had a big tray, and I kind of awkwardly hit the button, and it took me to the third floor. When the elevator doors open, I walked out into a Civil War battlefield. It was very strange. I should have notified someone of that.
And it was icy cold. Wind blowing. Weird.
I should have said there were zombies too. There were zombie Civil War battle. But,
all right, we'll move the show along. It's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In Case You Missed It.
I think it's funny that he does that every week.
Yeah. I just
leave it in 1 week. Just forget the edit, man.
Yeah.
Just leave that.
Actually, I think this is the week. That's what Chandler does in order to remind himself to put the In Case You Miss It, which is why Nathan is here. Because certainly there's got to be a way to actually play it. Sorry, Chandler. Next.
Oh, wait. I actually have it on my soundboard. It's time for
In Case You Missed It.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, Lecrae said he is planning on collaborating with Kendrick Lamar. He participated in a Reddit AMA, they asked me anything, and addressed questions about two high-profile collaborations. A fan asked about any possible collab with Kendrick in the future, and it does sound like something that could be in the works. Lecrae wrote, "Last time we spoke, we agreed the song would be something special for the world. I plan on it." He was then asked if he and Chance the Rapper would be working together. Though nothing is imminent, it could be down the line. He said, tried, didn't get it done in time, maybe in the future. His latest album is called All Things Work Together, and it features collaborations with like Tori Kelly, Ty Dolla $ign, and Aha Gazelle. It's good. Go check it out if you haven't heard the new Lecrae album.
I think it's cool that he's regularly corresponding with Kendrick and Chance. You know, that his profile has risen to the level where he can hey, you guys want to work together on something? You know, that's like a few years ago, I didn't know Lecrae was going to get to that level of cultural prominence, but he's there.
There you go.
I remember seeing him on because you know how you start following artists and you get into them, but you never realize their how big they've gotten because they're just always your person. And I was watching the Tonight Show, and there he is, and Jimmy Fallon's talking. It was his last album. I was like, how do you guys know about him? Apparently, he's a famous person now. He wasn't just putting out albums for me.
He's one of the few artists who I feel like has sort of he's. A lot of artists get their best songs out in the first album or two, and I feel like Lecrae just keeps on getting better. I don't even know how many albums we're in right now, and I think his new work is the best he's done yet.
I would absolutely agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah,
Cameron, I don't want to give you too much credit, but I do feel like the turning point was when you starred in his music video. I feel like that got him. Kendrick saw the video, was like, "Who's that guy in the background? I got to work with this cat."
If anybody, I just brought some cred to it all. The concept of Lecrae and Ty Dolla $ign's Blessings video was a family barbecue at the house, and I accidentally wandered into the background, and so it just showed that he embraces diversity.
That's right.
He's multicultural, and when he has a family barbecue in the hood, he invites his white friend.
The next thing he knows, Chance and Kendrick are blowing him up, lining up to work with him.
I think that's one way of looking at it. Another way might be it was a moment in his life where he realized, you know what? I've hit rock bottom. And,
we have no control here. There's white guys wandering around the set. Come on.
I don't even... You know what? We've got to figure. I'm either going to stop this game or I'm going to get really, really amazing. And,
there you go.
And
it was a turning point. It was a pivot.
Yeah, he went from
fork in the road.
Really, really good to quite amazing because he just realized I don't ever want to go back there.
Yeah, we can't go down this road where there's white guys just wandering into my videos. We got to be serious about this.
I've been in the valley. It is time to walk up the mountain.
Lecrae went to the video producer. He's like, is someone going to tell Cameron those are prop hot dogs? Because Cameron's got a plate with macaroni and a hot dog. He's like, hey, Cameron, it's a video shoot. That's prop food.
We're not feeding you.
Just sit out all day.
We don't want to see you eating in a music video.
Lecrae, these hot dogs are terrible, man.
Hey, in case you missed it, Mark Zuckerberg asked for forgiveness if Facebook has been used to divide people. Though he didn't mention any single figure or incident or president by name, his platform has faced criticism in recent weeks after it was discovered that Russian parties used Facebook to try and influence the election. The site's ad program had also had features that allowed messages to specifically target racists. Over the weekend, he wrote, Tonight concludes Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the year for Jews, when we reflect on the past year and ask forgiveness for our mistakes. For those I hurt this year, I ask forgiveness, and I will try to be better. For the ways my work was used to divide people rather than bring us together, I ask forgiveness, and I will work to do better. May we all be better in the year ahead, and may you all be inscribed in the book of life. Zuckerberg recently told followers that he's no longer an atheist, adding, quote, "Now I believe religion is very important." So and he is going to announce he's running for office in 2024. I mean, it's like you have,
Now, any of you can correct me on this, and I'm honestly, except Chandler, don't you say a word, but like I'm just like curious about like why would he feel the need to apologize? Because isn't Facebook like the most almost one of the purest reflections of just the people that are on it? It's like a fully democratic platform, right? Like if something ugly happened, it's because we're ugly.
Well, but their commerce side was manipulated to coerce and inflame. It was like, it wasn't a democratic, like natural interaction. It was somebody paid money to send messages to inflame and mislead others. Like specifically, Russian entities were paying for messages and ads that were
sponsored fake news,
incorrect, fake news, to people who would be susceptible to those things, which then inflamed incorrect information getting spread. So he's apologizing that they were used and co-opted by people with ill will.
Okay, thank you. Mark Zuckerberg, I get it. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that makes sense. Chandler? We're pretty clear on the rules. Pretty clear on the
In
rules.
case you missed it, Andra Day and Common, two relevant cover artists. Look at that, with Jesse with the callback. Andra Day and Common performed their new song about fighting injustice. It's called Stand Up for Something. They appeared on Good Morning America, where all good urban debuts happen, and played the song written for the new biopic Marshall, about the life of Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American Supreme Court justice. Common told Good Morning America that even though the song was inspired by civil rights events in the 60s, their social justice anthem is just as relevant today, no pun intended. He was on our cover a few years ago. Here's a clip.
I like that song.
Yeah. And
Andra Day
is-
can sing.
That is very, very powerful.
There's a reason why we put her on our cover, Eddie.
Yeah.
Hey, you feel
Bless
like
you.
we're getting defensive
Real
about it. I
pipes.
thought it was a great idea. No one's...
Eddie, if you doubt the integrity of this magazine one more time, I swear my mother's grave.
Cameron, play the clip again.
We worked really hard.
Headphones.
Hey, in case you missed it, Texans rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson this week gave his first NFL game check to the team's cafeteria workers. The 22-year-old Houston Texans star wanted to do something special with the $27,000. He gave it to the three women who work at the team's cafeteria. They had each been affected by flooding from Hurricane Harvey. When Deshaun was young, his family received a home that was built by Habitat for Humanity. And he's an outspoken Christian. And he told the Clemson Insider, where he went to college, that he found Christ when I was in the 9th grade, and now he regularly tweets about his faith. This weekend, he tied an NFL rookie record for scoring 5 touchdowns in a single game. So look at that Christian making us look good. You know what I'm saying? That's why we reported that.
It's hard not to like Deshaun Watson. I mean, you like...
Well, if you're a hateful atheist, you might not be a fan.
Yeah.
No, right. Yeah. With everybody retweeting Pat Robertson this week, I'll take...
That happened?
Oh, he just had some Pat Robertson-y kind of words for...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even see that.
I don't want to get... I don't want to... It doesn't
I'm
even
asking,
belong on this show.
But it tells us how different our Twitter follows are, that nobody in my world retweeted it.
Well, I only follow 700 Club.
Oh, that's
I only follow one person.
That was good.
Did they tweet Deshaun Watson?
They did not.
Oh, you're really missing out. You're really missing out.
Yeah.
It's a tear jerking video.
Good job, Deshaun Watson.
Hey, in case you missed it, this week Ryan Gosling's anti-papyrus font SNL sketch was an instant classic.
Yeah.
So the new season of SNL started this weekend, and Ryan Gosling was the host, and it didn't disappoint. So the show had a lot of funny moments and a great performance by Jay-Z, but one sketch stood out this week.
Yeah.
So in the sketch, Ryan plays a man obsessed with the fact that the blockbuster franchise Avatar uses the much maligned font Papyrus for its logo. The obsession triggers a descent into madness only design nerds can truly appreciate, which we would qualify as.
Yeah.
Here is a clip.
I forgot about it for years, but then I remembered that Avatar, the giant international blockbuster, used the Papyrus font as its logo.
Avatar, the movie from like 9 years ago?
Yeah, he just highlighted Avatar, he clicked the drop-down menu, and then he just randomly selected Papyrus, like a thoughtless child just wandering by a garden, just yanking leaves along the way.
And so now you're worried about the sequels that are coming out?
They're making more?
Yes, I think I heard that one.
So they changed the artwork. They fixed it.
It looks similar.
It should be noted he flips the table in the therapist office at that moment.
This man, this professional graphic designer, was it laziness? Was it cruelty?
You've shown me this before. I don't even think this is literally Papyrus. Maybe that was the starting point, but they clearly modified this.
But whatever they did, it wasn't enough!
Dude, I watched that whole sketch probably 6 times on Sunday, and it made me laugh so hard every time because Ryan Gosling's commitment to this character.
Oh, I loved it. I thought that show was pretty good. I always like the first one out because they've had all summer to think of their best sketches.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, they had a lot of stuff going on all summer. I mean, they had that SNL Weekend Update all summer long, which was actually surprisingly excellent.
I thought it was. Yeah. I mean, I felt like it would be a real contender in the full like late night. What's been missing without Jon Stewart? Even though Trevor Noah is coming into his own,
he is finally. I'm glad to see it.
I did think that there could be a Weekend Update half hour on the regular
too.
Yeah. In any event, it was a very good show.
Yeah. Hey, and lastly, in case you missed it, Jimmy Kimmel delivered an emotional plea for common sense gun regulation following the Las Vegas shooting this week that killed 58 people and injured more than 500. The late night host is a native of Las Vegas, and he asked politicians to consider laws restricting access to high-powered assault weapons and stricter safety checks. Here's a clip.
I want this to be a comedy show. I hate talking about stuff like this. I just want to, laugh about things every night. But that, it seems to be becoming increasingly difficult lately. It feels like someone has opened a window into hell. And what I'm talking about tonight isn't about gun control. It's about common sense. Common sense says no good will ever come from allowing a person to have weapons that can take down 527 Americans at a concert. Common sense says you don't let those who suffer from mental illness buy guns. In June of last year, the NRA fought to make sure people on the no-fly list can buy guns. They aren't allowed to get on a plane. They're allowed to own a very dangerous gun. Who thinks that makes sense? Them, I guess, the people who voted with the NRA. Maybe I'm nuts, but I would like to think we can put politics aside and agree that no American citizen needs an M16 or 10 of them. And maybe that way we don't do this again. I mean, that seems very reasonable to me.
It's hard to know where to jump in with all of this because, of course, every week on the show now, we almost have to do a...
Destiny and I talked about that this week.
Like, do we just do a front-end segment where we talk about this week's just horrific either killing or piece of legislation or natural disaster?
Right.
Like, how do we hop into this? But, like... It was a special kind of horrific to see this. And I also know, like, we have people that, I mean, there are people listening to the show that were likely at the concert, that are in Las Vegas, that were in Orlando, that have had all kinds of PTSD, or any of the other 1,500 and something mass shootings. Like, I'm just like I don't know what to say, and I don't know, but I'm just really sorry. And I think that, like, I'm really sorry that this is happening. And I feel it's just been not like things are not as they should be, and I hate being that aware of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's crappy. Anyhow, I thought Jimmy Kimmel did a very good job of wrapping up a very thoughtful point.
Well, his sincerity comes through. He's not trying to, he's not trying to just bully pulpit. He's shook, and he's just being honest. And I think that's what's coming through with whenever he's talking about these issues.
And there's something about, too, as you guys know, being from Orlando, being from a place and experiencing that kind of violence, it even makes it more difficult, you know, like you process it even a little bit. Obviously everyone knows that an act of this kind of like horror, you know, the magnitude of it, but being from, you know, like I said, when you guys are there in Orlando and experience something like that, you can kind of understand why he's getting choked up and frustrated having to address it, you know.
And he's been on the front lines of this. It's interesting how, as Americans, we keep turning to these late night TV show hosts to give us some words to say, even though these guys came up in the sketch comedy improv world, and they're forced to really bear the gravity of talking to America night after night at a time like this when there's just feels like there's fewer things to laugh at than there usually are.
Yeah. Just them being sort of the last word of the day is like, all right, well, how do we go to bed now? What do we do with this? It is very, very, I rarely feel hopeless because there's always like, you know, a hope that is eternal and, you know, the belief that things are not as they should be on this side of heaven. But, you know, and knowing that this is not the end of the story, but it is a little bit difficult. I'm having a hard time turning the corner mentally with this, going like, okay, well, here's what's next. And here's how we put one foot in front of the other. And here's how we process this. I don't know if any of you feel similarly because I just feel like I'm not bouncing back. Like maybe I shouldn't. Maybe that's. I don't want to make.
I don't think that we. No, I agree though. I don't think we should bounce back. I've. You know, if you don't study history, you're doomed to repeat it. And I think back about as scary and tumultuous as things seem right now, and I forget like the Puerto Rico tweets and like all that stuff that was going on this week. I forget which comedian made this observation. Maybe it was SNL of, you know, it just seems like the chaos. Oh yeah, it was SNL, the Trump sketch at the beginning, the chaos that seems to always be happening in the media and, you know, politics and things. It was almost like relishing in it. The comedian was like relishing in the fact that like, I'm like, making things crazy. Do you remember when I declared war on North Korea and Rocket Man? It was like 4 months ago. No, that was last Friday.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's how chaotic things are. Yeah. And it's like literally every day is another like thing that you think is a month's worth of focus. And then like 2 days later, just some else crazy happens. I remember just thinking back to like what it must have been like in the 60s. Oh. Think about like in the early 60s, the racial tensions and obviously a lot of the riots and demonstrations that were happening throughout the South and the segregation and that kind of upheaval. Presidents were being murdered, you know, and political leaders were being murdered. Yeah. And then you get into the late 60s and you have this revolution of protest and, you know, it was kind of a buttoned up kind of era and conservative era. And then you have this sex and drugs and wild changing of culture. And then you have this war where people are being slaughtered by the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And it's like, and it's just never ending. And it just the anger and the upheaval and the whatever. And this is pre-social media and this is pre-whatever. Imagine like the actual things that were going on in the 1960s. It's just, and then I look at what we're going through now and it's like, you know what? It's just like, it feels new and horrible and it is horrible, but it's not new. You know what I mean? Like it's almost cyclical with a broken and fallen world that this is. And then obviously the genocides in Rwanda in the 90s and the things that, you know, you talk about recency bias, Jesse. I mean, we have like cultural proximity bias and your empathy. You really can only have empathy for the things that kind of seemingly affect you or in your worldview. But I mean, think about what's happening around the world that we're now more aware of. I mean, this is just like, it's almost overwhelming that I think we're just aware of so much more of it now, you know, not that it was, not that it's even new, but it's like, we know it now because of the access we have to information. It's just, it's difficult, you know, compartmentalized.
It is difficult. And in the issue we just put out, you know, we presented a bunch of stats that, you know, present sort of a counter narrative that And rightfully so. It's easy to focus on the need, and it's easy to focus on things that are a disruption to the way that, especially as Christians, we know that they should be. But I think it's also to keep in perspective that it's all hope isn't lost, that it is important to put a foot in front of the other and continue the calling to bring God's kingdom to earth, because when you look at, numbers and stats, the world is getting less violent, it's more peaceful, more people have access to the Bible, more people, the literacy rate is going up, more people have access to clean water. Yes, there's still tragedy, and yes, there's still things that we need to stand up against and people we need to stand up for, but we have to keep in perspective, we're not losing. We're going to win.
I also believe when people ask in moments of total despair, like, where is God? Why would God let this happen? Where is God? Why won't he change this? It's like, well, he put you here. Like, I feel like we're supposed to be used in these situations. Like, okay, if like what Jimmy Kimmel said, if common sense gun law reform is one of the solutions, one of the solutions, that isn't a thing of like, well, God, why aren't you changing the gun laws? Get involved and change the gun laws then, if that's your conviction. Or where is God in this tragedy, that tragedy? It's like, you can be the change you want to see. God can use you and wants to use you. I think, a lot of times Christians or skeptics maybe kind of sit on the sidelines and they're just like, well, I can't believe God let it happen. Well, then let's be part of tomorrow not being like yesterday. Take that as a personal calling, that if God's opened your eyes to a situation, then you should do something about it, because he's given you an empathy and an insight that maybe other people don't have. So if you're worked up about a situation, get involved and be part of that change. And maybe we can prevent some of this stuff in the future,
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for In Case You Missed It. Stay tuned. Up next, Slices.
There goes that lone boys looking jumpy with all sleeves rolling. Split down that long back, you would have thought that if you got no one, true blue with the fist up, your little kiss up, wish things were heavy. That's fine at the end, though, where our friends go, we can live if you're ready. I was wrong, you were friendly kid.
You're listening to Hippocampus. That would be terrifying. The song is Baseball, which is the big sport there on the Hippocampus. FYI. At the beginning of the podcast, I love this song. You heard Ibeya or Ibeyi, I think. I don't know. All these indie artists, man. Ibeyi. Ibeyi. Whatever. She's great. The song is I Want to Be Like You. Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right. Well, it's the most wonderful time. Ring ding a ding ding ding. You know it's coming, guys. You know it's coming. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I practiced that all night. How did you? Dana woke up in the night, and I'm sitting in the mirror rehearsing for the beginning of my slice.
That ring ding a ding 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 a ding. We hear coming from floor 3, softly. Yeah. It's really it's haunting.
I saw a Civil War soldier get mauled by a reindeer above you it was horrific, and he's very angry. Okay, so the holidays are upon us, and it wouldn't be Christmas without.
Wait, are they? It's the beginning of October.
He's just trying to sell this because he found a slice he likes, but they're not upon us.
No, it's happening. Here's what you guys need. They push pumpkin spice into midsummer. Okay, Thanksgiving and Christmas are right here. The people are already getting into this. And just to prove it to you, I have a story from not too far from you guys in Boca Raton, Florida. Where people in the community are already getting their permits together to put up their nativity scenes in the town square, a big festival, a big to-do. And of course, because this is the modern era of the cultural war, a local atheistic Satanist has also applied to city officials.
Wait, city officials can't be an atheist and a Satanist. Atheist believes there's no deity, right?
Dude, welcome to 2017, man.
Yeah.
You can be anything. It's called being intersectional.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing: a lot of like the Church of Satan and these Satanists, they don't actually believe. They concede that they don't believe in the supernatural, that they don't believe there's a God or a devil, but they essentially take on the title to troll Christians or to troll cities and force them to make a very uncomfortable decision, and they do so by making their monument as ridiculous as possible. He has successfully gotten a permit to display a 6-foot-tall blood red pentagram with the phrases. He went all in on this, guys. He pushed all the chips in. This is what his monument will say: "In Satan we trust. One nation under Antichrist, and may the children hail Satan." He's putting all the cards on the table here.
It's really about the kids.
ridiculous,
You know,
yeah.
it's really about the next generation.
Yeah,
I would put that as 80s classic rock. That's my guess.
That's a game coming up later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are all, I think, May the Children Hail Satan. That's a pretty sweet 80s rock album. I actually heard it. It's got some pretty rad tunes on it.
And he's just trying to get his mindset ready for the game. He's got a big showdown with John Mark coming up.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know.
John Mark has no idea what's on the line.
So, of course, a local pastor isn't having any of this because the guy's ultimate goal isn't necessarily to construct his monument to Satan, but to have the city not recognize any monuments on public land.
Oh, sure.
So he would be just as happy as if all nativity scenes and all holiday displays were taken off public property. Ultimately, that's his goal and why he kind of went with the most absurd monument possible. But a local pastor has a different solution. Pastor Mark Boykin runs a mega church called Church of All Nations. And he actually was so outraged that he invited the local news. And when they arrived, he was holding a sledgehammer in his sanctuary. And here's what he said: that the monument is literally a welcome mat for the devil. He said it's evil. It's the essence of evil. And I will take responsibility for taking the sledgehammer and knocking it down.
Yes.
He has promised that if this monument is erected in this park at Christmas time in Boca Raton, Florida, that he will march over there with a sledgehammer and knock it down. Wow. So we are having a literal war on Christmas play out between a pastor and a 6-foot pentagram. This is it, people. I love it. I'm going to go out the day. I want to fly down, Cameron, and I want to capture. I want this to be a podcast
We'll go to a Magic
segment.
game, and then we'll head down to Boca.
I have a better idea that I really need us to hear out.
Okay.
I think we need to send Chandler down with a little portable recording something.
Yeah.
And I want to hear Chandler do an interview with this guy. But hey, why do you want to take this statue down so much?
That's pretty cool, sledgehammer.
And he just gets into it. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter, right? And then just watch this guy freak out.
You know the guy's messing with you, right? You know the Satanist guy, he's just messing with you.
Yeah.
So the city's mayor said, when asked why he would allow such a monument to be erected in his town, he put it pretty bluntly: "We can't say no to this, as offensive as it is. Our lawyer said, whatever you do, don't do that in rejecting the permit, because it will be an expensive lawsuit." At least he's a pragmatist.
I love
At least
this
he's
guy.
not out there marching around with a sledgehammer. I mean, I get the pastor's impulse, but he has to realize he's being trolled, and trolled very, very effectively and hilariously, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Chandler, live. I'm telling you.
It would be great.
Live on the scene.
Or he just goes down there with Jesse. Jesse's there just to soak it all
Yeah.
in. Like
Right.
when Jesse and I would go see Nick Wallenda walk across a wire. You know, there's just certain spectacles that Jesse needs to be front row for. You know,
got to
so
see it,
Jesse's just
yeah.
there for that. Chandler's there working.
Right.
Yeah, can I say this though? I would have a hard time not interjecting myself into this story. Like it's going to be a Gonzo reporting type of thing, where I end up jumping in front of his sledgehammer at the last minute and am martyred for the First Amendment, and mainly because I don't want the hilarious statue destroyed. Because as offensive as it is, and it's pretty evil,
Deeply, deeply
it
evil.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
If we're honest with ourselves, it's hilarious.
This has been Chandler and Jesse live from Boca Raton.
So
funny.
Jesse just got hit by a sledgehammer. I guess I'll call Cameron to get out of here because he's. I don't know, man.
No,
He
that's
took it right
that's
to the
how
shoulder.
that's how it happens. This is how Chandler becomes the crack reporter that he will be one day. He's down there just recording Jesse's report.
Right.
Jesse, though, inserted himself, got sludged with a mallet, and so
By
he's
Mark
knocked
Boykin.
out.
Take over.
Chandler says the show must go on.
Right.
He picks up the mic.
Well, he has,
gets the scoop.
he has a mic all ready to record himself laughing the whole time.
right.
Then he just is like, well, I guess I got to talk.
So I don't know if you guys remember Gallagher, but man, this is popped like a watermelon. I mean, Mark Boykin really whacked him good with it. So I don't know what we're gonna do from here.
I have a feeling I will give Jesse's eulogy one day, and I have a feeling that a Gallagher type story is going to be part of.
Oh, well, I mean, that's how it opens.
Right.
We all knew this was going to happen.
Right.
Is the first line.
Yeah.
I wish I could say this surprised some of us, but really, we all knew we would be here today, didn't we?
Didn't we?
That's right. And
Dana, I'm sorry, Dana. We miss him too, but we kind of knew.
There's a lot that we can't say on behalf of the pending investigation that's happening from the Linda family,
the Gallagher estate,
as well as the guy with the bird hat or whatever that guy's name was.
Pastor Mark Boykin.
All of that.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
Jungle Bird,
man.
Yeah.
The people that would be in the auditorium, in the congregation for Jesse's funeral would be the most
mismatched.
Yeah,
humanity's finest.
They'd all come out. They'd come out of the woodwork to honor a great man.
Chop and Steel would be there. All the heroes.
All there to just honor their fallen hero who got in the way of a pastor with a sledgehammer trying to take down a Satanist.
Stop! I believe in the clause that says that government should not respect one religion the other over the other. But also it's hilarious. Stop doing it. Boom!
Oh man.
It goes out a blaze of glory.
Amen.
All right, what do you have, Tyler?
Okay, well, scientists. I love any slice that begins with the phrase "scientists," and this one's a doozy,
especially unnamed ones. People that are calling themselves scientists,
researchers, real researchers. In fact, quantum researchers have come out with an answer to, I think, the question about quantum mechanics we've all been wondering.
Which is, what is it?
This study has been, to my knowledge, it's been done before, but this has a different answer than I've heard in the past. The question they wanted to figure out was, is it possible, however unlikely, is it possible that we are all living in a Matrix-style like fictional reality that's being put upon us by robots or androids in the future?
Yes, of course.
No,
did
anybody
think we weren't?
Yeah,
but okay, whatever.
Andrew, well, Eddie, you're gonna have to take it up with these two scientists because their read is it's not only implausible, it's actually impossible, according to a pair of quantum physicists, Zohar Ringel and Dmitry.
Okay.
How do they
explain deja vu?
Boom.
Deja vu is the glitch in the Matrix that exposes the whole thing.
Yep.
Before you continue, real quick. To play devil's advocate here.
Bring it on, Jeff. I got a whole slice in front of me.
Okay. So just for people that say, well, that's ridiculous, why would they even try to misprove that? So take an example like the Sims video game, right? Like, so if our programmers for video games or whatever got so good that the AI in the game had some degree of self-awareness, would they ever realize that they're actually in a video game and not, the creation of something else? That's basically like the thought experiment that's at play here. That if you were in some sort of simulation,
I think it was Elon Musk who last year said that he thought there was a better than 0% chance that was actually the case. That we're all part of a massive video game in which our self-awareness has just gotten to the point where we no longer realize we're a video game.
So how did these scientists disprove it?
All right. Well, they came up their theory, which actually stands to reason for me. It says, according to MNN, they crunched the numbers and found that the computing power needed to simulate the universe all the way down to the quantum level would require a memory built from more atoms than there are in the universe itself. So I guess game, set, match on that one. Although
interesting though is that in my game I told them to say that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That was programmed.
That's
like the universe programmed into the game.
I put a finite number of atoms so they don't become self-aware.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and the assumption that everything that this would have to be, that our fictional reality would have to be recreated down to the quantum level, I don't think holds up. If the video game just makes us think that we're seeing things at a quantum level through microscopes or power scopes or whatever they're using to do that, then I think the jury's still out.
I desperately, and I'm sorry to like do the same joke again, but I can't really get over it. I want Chandler to get on the phone with these guys and be like, so like
Zohar and Dimitri.
So like, how many like atoms and stuff are there?
I'm having trouble understanding like The Sims, like the game.
Do I like
I'm a sim.
Like I played video games. Is that what you guys are?
If anyone's looking for an interesting, and not to name drop, I feel like I've been doing that lately. But
Oh, cool. Yeah, I get it.
When we last year for the magazine, we interviewed Chuck Klosterman, and he had a chapter in his book about this very topic and the likelihood that he thinks it's possible. And it didn't make like the article that we ran. I don't think we ended up using that part where he talked about this, but he said from a religious perspective, this should not be problematic to your faith at all, because it actually doesn't take God out of the equation, and so if that's your reason for not considering it, he doesn't think it's actually problematic. That alone shouldn't discount it as a thought experiment, was his point.
There you go.
So what I'm getting from all that is that we are most likely living in a Matrix
100%.
type.
I'm saying 99, 100%.
Nobody thinks we're not.
Like 60, 70% sure.
Right.
Yeah. I think the only way to find out is for me to jump in front of a sledgehammer being swung by Pastor Mark Boykin at All Nations and find out what happens. Do I just regenerate? There's only one way to find out. So Mark, get your hammer swing ready, because I'm coming down there.
All right. What do you have, Eddie?
I mean, this is more of, at this point, just a public service announcement.
Okay.
A great idea. And I think maybe it was Shauna or Joy. I forgot who brought kind of a slice sort of like this, but it has happened again, and I love it. Chef Marco Conora has revamped a very fancy restaurant in New York called the Hearth Restaurant in New York City.
Hearth.
Hearth, right?
Hearth. You said hearth, like earth with an H. I think it's hearth.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
I'm bad. I'm bad.
Yeah.
Robot me.
I'm telling you.
It's all proving itself. Hearth. Yeah, why would I say... Okay. I'm just embarrassed that I can't read.
Your slice is over, dude. It's terrible. Let's get to this game, man.
It kind of is really boring. Okay, anyhow, he has this restaurant. He's trying to create
a story of a pastor that's going to smash a pentagram with a sledgehammer, and I might die for this one, Eddie. This better be good. Continue.
So he opened up. He's like a James Beard Award winner. He's like a very good chef, and basically he wanted to create a relaxing environment in his restaurant, and decided to, at every single table, there are these very ornate, nice tin and wooden boxes that were made, and people are encouraged to put their cell phones in the boxes. And he said that about 60 to 7% of all patrons decide, okay, we're going to do this. And they sit down.
Does he give them like a discount or anything?
No, that was the slice, wasn't it? What was the old, somebody gave a discount if you didn't use your phone?
It was the Chick-fil-A chicken coop. That if you put your phone in there, I think they give you like a free milkshake. Like, I get having to me, this is just posturing on what's his name? Who's this guy? Hearth? Whatever. It doesn't matter. I feel like you put some skin in the game here, man. If you're going to put a box on the table and you want people to put your phones away so they can eat your James Beard award-winning food and pay attention to it, then, give me a discount or something. Like, just putting the box on the table is not enough for me to put my phone in there.
All right. That'll do it for slices. Stay tuned. Up next.
Did I even do a slice? I guess I did.
John Mark McMillan joins us.
Let's get to something good.
Pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down.
You're listening to Tom Petty. Song is Won't Back Down. Man, big loss this week.
One of the greats. Yeah, one of the
big
greats.
Loss.
That hurt.
Well, this week's feature segment is brought to you by RX Bar. It's a whole food protein bar. What does that mean? Their bars are made with 100% whole ingredients. So they're transparent up front with the customers, which is why they label the core ingredients, which is like egg whites, dates, and nuts on the front of the package. And then the ingredients that make up the texture and taste on the back, which is like 100% real cocoa or coconut or something like that. Beyond being a go-to snack that checks off a number of nutritional boxes, RX bars actually taste delicious. They created a bar made from real whole food ingredients that actually taste better than anything else out there. There's no fillers. They don't need the additives or the chemicals or adding sugar. I'm telling you, I eat these all the time, and I'm a customer, and they are really fantastic. RX bars come in 11 delicious flavor varieties. They are gluten-free, soy-free, and dairy-free. There's no added sugar, no artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, or fillers. They use egg whites for protein, dates to bind, and nuts for texture. I'm telling you, it's healthy and it's really good.
Yeah.
And right now, RX Bar is doing a special promotion for Relevant Podcast listeners. For 25% off your first order, visit rxbar.com/relevant and enter promo code relevant at checkout. 25% off. It's a good deal.
I was going to say, so I obviously, I appreciate them supporting the show, but 25% off is super generous. Like even if like you're not a big protein bar person, it's like, dude, that is a deal, man. That's a quarter of the price off.
I know. I actually took advantage of it. All these promo codes, like people wonder, are we actually customers of the show sponsors? I'm a customer of almost everybody. And when there's like, 10% off here, 25% off there, I literally am using our relevant promo code. It's always a good deal. John Mark McMillan is a singer-songwriter who continually pushes the creative limits of the worship genre with songs that aren't afraid to ask big questions while also offering profound truths about God and sloppy wet kisses. He's currently on tour.
He hates that. He does.
He just hung up. Thanks, Cameron.
He's currently on tour performing songs from his brand new album, Mercury and Lightning, which is incredible. John Mark, welcome to the show, and I'm sorry about that intro.
Yeah, thanks. No, I'm used to it now. It's just part of the terrain.
Dude, you wrote the song. I'm Eddie. It's nice to talk to you. We had macaroni and cheese together at Katie's wedding. I'm sure you probably remember that. But anyhow,
I do. I remember some other parts of that wedding too. That was a fun time.
There was a lot to that whole thing.
Last week, to get back on task, trying to move the show along, Eddie.
I understand.
We don't need to reminisce about weddings.
We don't have these macaroni and cheese feasts you guys are talking about. We got a show to do here, Eddie.
Last week on relevantmagazine.com, we were able to air the premiere of John Mark's video for Mercury and Lightning. And the new album's incredible, man. How's the response been?
Dude, the response has been great. And thank you guys for premiering that video. That was really, really awesome of you guys to do that. The response has been cool. I didn't know what to think because this record is so different than my last records. But it's been like mostly very, very positive. I mean, you always have the trolls, but no more than the usual, so it's been really great.
My favorite thing that night on Twitter, you screenshotted one of the commenters under the video.
Oh, no.
And you said, my favorite comment so far, and the person said something to the gist of, unforeseen isn't going to fix this one.
People are the worst. This guy's like
but John Mark screenshotted it and retweeted it. Oh, that's great.
This man is like a real artist, really changing the conversation.
A real artist.
Just like the real thing.
Yeah.
I will say, if people haven't seen the video, they need to watch it because it is and I don't know what the creative process of conceiving it was, John Mark, but man, it felt more like a short art film with this Southern Gothic aesthetic that it's a moving piece of art. It's a really cool video.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks. I spoke into it a little bit, but it's mostly my buddy Jared Hogan. It's mostly his vision. So he's just trying to interpret the song visually. And man, I was blown away the first time I saw it too, because I was in the process a little bit, but he did most of the work without me, and it really, man, I'm glad you guys like it because I love it.
Jesse, when you say, for people who haven't seen it yet, you described it as Southern Gothic. I don't want people thinking Hot Topic with a country twang to it.
No, I'm talking about the literary genre, where this is sort of John Mark. I'm probably going to butcher my description of it because there's a lot going on, but it appears to take place in a rural, off the beaten path locations and people experiencing very profound spiritual moments, but it's, that live lives that aren't exactly polished and a little off the radar. Is that a fair description, John Mark?
Yes, very fair. It's a little dark for sure.
Yeah. So
Hence the Gothic Hot Topic reference. That's what you were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes place in a Hot Topic. I didn't mention that. But,
I got Texas Hot Topic all over it, but I like literary references too. There's something for everybody.
It was based in the Birmingham, Alabama Hot Topic.
It's an abandoned mall. Yeah.
Okay, so we have, other than just to get word out about John Mark's amazing new album, y'all need to go get it. We are fans of his. We brought him on because, as I said at the beginning of the show, probably nobody is more known for the craft of worship lyrics the way John Mark is. Maybe crafting them in a way that make people uncomfortable or kind of push the boundaries of what people would typically consider the worship genre, right? So he is a lyrical master for what he does. And we thought, who better to bring on and test in his own craft than John Mark McMillan. Jesse has put a game together. Jesse, tell us about the game that John Mark will be playing with us.
John Mark, this game is called More Love, More Power! And basically,
sweet guy.
So here's how the game will work. You are going to be participating against Eddie, who is also,
who you'll
I don't know,
remember.
John Mark. I don't want you to be intimidated, but Eddie once played in Dave Matthews Band cover band in college, and it's I'm just throwing that out there.
He's also a connoisseur of mac and cheese.
And he loves mac and cheese, and so
have played in drop D tuning a few times, John Mark, if you know what that is.
So here's how the game will work. You'll alternate. You take turns. How I will read a lyric, and you will have a few moments to determine whether you think it is the lyrics of an 80s power ballad or an 80s worship song. Cameron will then tell you if you're right or wrong, and it's a winner take all thing. So
what is he taking?
Pride. He's taking Eddie's pride, and hopefully those are the stakes, gentlemen. Pride.
So if Eddie loses, he has no more pride.
We got to put something on this though. If I lose,
if you beat John Mark McMillan at a worship lyric contest,
yes,
not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay.
And I want you both to know, John Mark, you should know I've wagered quite a bit of money on you winning this. So please don't let me down.
I'm down with it. Eddie and I just had a nonverbal conversation about what is on the line here. And I think we're in sync about what the prize should be.
John, Mark, again, Eddie from the wedding and the macaroni and cheese. But if I lose, I am going to send you one of my prized possessions, which is a framed record, silver record from DC Talk,
double platinum DC Talk Jesus Freak framed, that was awarded to Lifeway Christian stores when it's here in our studio. And Eddie
that was found in a dumpster behind a Goodwill.
I know. I bought it at an online Goodwill auction, and it's hanging in the studio. And if he wins,
which I guess, or it could be also if he loses.
If he wins, Eddie is willing to give you our prized possession.
But John Mark, if you lose, you still get it. But Eddie autographs it before he sends it to you, rendering it valueless.
All right. So the way it'll go is Jesse will say a lyric. We'll alternate turns. Jesse will say a lyric to one of you. You will offer whether you think that is a worship song or a power ballad from the 80s, and take it away, Jesse.
So John Mark, you're the guest, and I want you to set the tone for this thing. Okay, I'm going to read the lyric, and then you can make your determination. Okay. So tired of waiting, I walked an empty land. I was looking for something to help me understand, but bad luck kept turning my dreams into sand. You appeared like a vision sent down into my life. Is that an 80s worship song or an 80s power ballad?
Good.
I'm going to go with a power ballad.
That is correct. We're coming out the gate with the right answer.
He got it right. I'm going to get smoked on this game, like hardcore.
It's Love Walk by Thunder is the song.
There wasn't enough of the key phrases that you had to use in the 80s for worship songs. I mean, vision, the word vision was there and in my life, that kind of thing, but there wasn't enough of that sort of those sort of key required phrases.
man.
That's a
to be-
great tip.
John Mark brought his A game to this.
Yeah,
Eddie.
he ain't playing around, Eddie.
Yeah.
I feel safe about my bet.
Yeah. All right, all right,
All right,
Jesse.
Eddie. When we hear the voices sing, the book of love will open up and let us in.
I think I know this song. It's a power ballad. It's not a. Yeah,
It is. It's Mr. Mister with Broken Wings.
Yes. Oh, that's a great song. Oh man.
Okay, there you go.
So John Mark, what we didn't take into account is that Eddie has a terrible taste in music and still listens to Mr.
That's a great song. What are you talking about? Okay, next round. It is
All right,
now
John Mark.
1-1. Crazy.
Okay.
John Mark, you would cover that song beautifully and in a not ironic way.
No, yeah, he needs to, that needs to be encore material.
No, I'd love to do that.
You would be great at that.
All right, John Mark. Is all of this real or a dream? I feel so good. I could scream.
I'm going to go with Power Ballad again.
It's Keith Green. You put this love in my heart.
Oh, no.
So much more I should say if I could just find a way. You put this love in my heart.
All right. There you
It's
go.
a thin line, man. It's a thin line.
I know, I knew it was like rock, paper, scissors, like I was coming up on. You know what I mean? It's like,
I can just see like 600 Gaithers singing that in a big room.
Sort of the Christian funky bunch.
All right, Eddie.
grew up with Keith Green, but I kind of missed that for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, almost good for you though.
He failed you in your hour of need. All right. The only time being an expert in Keith Green could have really helped you out and it let you down.
All right, I'm ready.
Eddie, I don't want to live without you. I could never live without you. Live without your love.
I'm going to go 80s power ballad.
It is. It's Foreigner with I Want to Know What Love Is.
I know. Here's what's awful is I know these songs and I'm just like, oh, I see. I shouldn't be part of Relevance.
All right, John Mark, it's not too late for a comeback.
No, it's not. It's a 2-1, amateur versus professional.
Remember, framed DC
And
talk.
as I get into the shower, the thoughts of facing one more day overwhelm me and I begin to weep. And I've never felt like I've needed your help so bad.
All right.
I'm going to go with the worship song.
No, John Mark, no.
It is. It's Leslie Phillips, Strength of My Life, which apparently she's singing about getting into the shower.
I can't believe she acknowledged the shower.
I was shocked.
That's scandalous for the 80s.
She's not supposed to shower.
It was a different time, man.
John Mark, the Brilliants, none of those guys are writing about showers
No.
yet. That's way
Sloppy
down
White
the road.
Kisses are way less visual than shower songs.
But in the 80s, people showered fully clothed, so it was a different time.
They wore their culottes.
They were all never
into
nude.
the shower.
Yeah.
It's 2-2. It's it was 2-1. Now it's 2-2. So now Eddie can match the round. So you can take the lead.
Here we go.
All right, Eddie. I can't stop the feeling. I've been this way before.
I can't
but
stop
with you, I
this
found the key.
feeling.
Yeah, you're giving
Been
Tim
this
Open any
way
door.
before. That is an 80s power ballad.
It's Whitesnake. Is This Love?
Oh, I sang the wrong song, but I was still right at the answer.
Yeah. There you go.
John Mark, this is not stacked. I think I'm just getting really lucky. Because behind the scenes, we actually want you to win. Because if I win, I'll just talk about myself for
So
weeks.
we have 3 more rounds. So it's anybody's game still.
Three more rounds.
Well, that's 3-2.
Classic
right now.
Jesse Carey game.
Yeah, they go too long, and we cut out the ones that aren't funny. So
All right, John Mark. Ignore their hurtful words as I do. I need you now more than words can say. I need you now. I've got to find a way.
Guess he really leans into the reading.
Yeah, right. That's the key, man.
Man, this could go either way. I'm going to go with the power ballad, though.
it is. It's Alias, More Than Words.
All right. That's right.
Oh, no one can play a guitar like them.
I literally have never heard of Alias before.
You haven't?
No. I mean, I've heard of people having an alias, but not like a band called it.
Man, driving to elementary school in my mom's Volkswagen Golf, listening to
See, my mom was listening to like Lionel Richie.
Oh,
yeah.
But
Eddie,
still a great
I'm going to be
option.
honest. I'm going to have more respect for you if you get a couple of these wrong, because right now I'm like, it's very sad and pathetic that he knows so many solo songs.
All right,
I'm ready.
All right, so it's tied 3-3. You can take the lead again.
Okay. It took a special kind of love to take this heart and break it. It took a special type of love to piece by piece remake it.
Gosh, that could seem like a very impassioned song to a lover or to God. Oh boy, this
Hence
is
the rub. Yeah.
Gosh, this is really
There's no showering involved.
This is Sophie's. This is
Doesn't mean
Sophie's.
anything.
Sophie's choice. I'm going to say Christian.
He's unstoppable.
It's DeGarmo and Key. Special Kind of Love is the name of the song. Dude, DeGarmo and Key, who famously made all the Christian youth group kids think that their music was cool and edgy because they did a music video for 666 that was banned from MTV because it showed a man catching on fire. It was too violent for MTV.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we're like,
Literally too hot
our
for
cool
TV.
DeGarmo and Key songs are like too cool for MTV.
Wow.
Yeah. Big deal.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, John Mark. It's Eddie's running away, but I still think you got a chance.
It's 4-3. It's all right.
Yeah. They don't know who picks me up when no one is around. I drop my sword and I cry for just a little while, because deep inside this armor, the warrior is a child. See, here's the thing. Before you think this has all, like, putting this game together, I realize that if a sword, here's the thing that crosses over that makes this so difficult. Sword, warriors, and thunder are a huge theme in the 80s for worship and power ballads. So this is a tricky one, man.
And it's hard because people aren't seeing John Mark as he's listening, but when he said the warrior became a child, you could tell that hit a real place.
Yeah, it really did. But you're right, Jesse, because my 1980s middle school youth group name was Strike Force. And our logo was a silver sword, in the shape of a cross, obviously.
Yeah,
and
with fire.
the reflection in the sword, because it's like half and half, because of the pivot.
Yeah.
Jesus' face was being reflected in the sword. Yeah.
John Mark,
Strike Force.
Tell
Take
us-
it by force.
Tell us where the Lord's leading you right now.
Oh man, this one could go either way because I don't recognize it specifically from a song. I want to say,
Have a quiet time. Think about it.
I kind of feel like this is a trick, and I'm gonna go with a power ballad.
It's a worship song. It's Twyla Paris. The song is "The Warrior is a Child" by Twyla Paris.
I'm so glad he doesn't know. I need my mythology of him to stay in place. I need him to not know this stuff.
That's true. He shouldn't be good at this. That's good.
Great.
Eddie, it's time to bring this ship into the shore and throw away the oars forever.
Oh, I'm going to go
I
not.
don't even know what that means.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
go-
very confusing lyric.
I'm going to go not Christian. Yeah, okay. Amen.
It's REO Speedwagon. Can't fight this feeling. Wow. Okay, no, it's really something. It's like 5-3, I believe. Interestingly, this last round, which is just two more songs. This last round worth 7 points. So
so this is the whole kid and caboodle.
it's here in my notes. There you
This
go.
whole DC talk.
The whole thrown away DC Talk album.
I don't want your sex for now. That's definitely not a power ballad. Okay. All right, John Mark. In the beginning, I never knew how much I really needed you. More than a friend. Someone I could talk to. You've changed me in so many ways.
Appropriate response.
Was that a groan or a hump or both?
He's reevaluating his life choices right now. What publicist may
He's
sign
calling
me
his
up for
management
this?
right now. Like, never get me on this podcast.
This is what I got to do to sell an album.
I'm not moving a lot of albums this way.
This is the crap.
All right, I'm gonna go with an '80s power ballad.
It was Benny Hester. Nobody knows me like you do, and it's a capital Y in you. It's a Christian song.
EWE.
Benny Hester, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie, just for good measure, let's wrap it up. Give Eddie his last one.
Okay. I'm going to do something right now. I'm going to just give you the answer before you give me the question because I'm going to just let the same spirit that's been talking to me. I'm going to tell you that this is.
You haven't missed one, have you?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
Right, what's your impulse?
If I say it, are you going to change it just to make me look wrong?
No, I have the answer in front of me. I can keep them up.
Okay, it's a Christian song. Go ahead and read the lyric, Jesse.
Remember, after the fire, after all the rain, I will be the flame. I will be the flame. Do you stand by your answer?
I do because I'm thinking that it's not RAIN. I think it's REIGN.
It's Cheap Trick, the flame.
Oh, that's the one I want to get wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, well.
I can see people worshiping in that, to be fair to Cheap Trick. I felt something.
Oh, man. Well, John Mark McMillan is out on tour. Where can they find out more info? At your website, right?
Yep, johnmarkmcmillan.com.
Awesome. And go pick up the new album.
It's so spectacular.
It really is.
It's great.
And thanks for playing More Love, More Power. I'm not going to say it the way Jesse did. I appreciate you coming on, man. It's always fun.
John Mark, I have a bad feeling you're going to make this the last time. We'd love to have you on again, but this was a lot of fun.
No, this is great. I love it. I love it.
Sweet John Mark.
Anytime.
Listening to John Mark McMillan. The song is Mercury and Lightning. It's from obviously his brand new album that we just talked to him about. Go check it out. The video is at relevantmagazine.com. It's a great album. Really cool. Well, the latest podcast from the Relevant Podcast Network, we're very excited to tell you about. It's called Fun Therapy with Mike Foster. And it dives into the horribly messy parts of our stories with a little smile. Each episode features a candid therapy session with a key leader, influencer, or artist. There's no talking points. There's no self-promotion. Just beautiful imperfectness on display as we discover tactics to turn our setbacks into superpowers. The show debuted this week on iTunes and all the podcast apps. And so what we're going to play for you is a preview of the next episode that's coming up. On this episode, Mike sits down with Jason Russell, best known as the founder of Invisible Children, and talks about what it's like for the entire world to see the worst moment of your life unfold on the internet. Here is a part of Fun Therapy with Mike Foster and Jason Russell.
Hey friends, you're listening to the Fun Therapy Podcast, where we dive into the horribly messy parts of our not-so-perfect stories, and we do it with hope and a smile. Each episode features a candid therapy session with a key leader or influencer and artist. There's no talking points here and no shameless self-promotion, only beautiful imperfectness on display. My name is Mike Foster, and this is Fun Therapy. For you, there's a sense of some of the shame and fear and the judgment that came from the Coney stuff and is still lingering in the story today.
Yeah, and I can have amnesia sometimes and like forget how painful that all was, and then I'll just get like one tweet about the breakdown and about the South Park episode that made fun of me, and I'm like, oh yeah, like for millions of people, that is who I am. And I forget that because obviously I surround myself with people who love me and my community and my family and coworkers who like I hope see the true Jason, but like for millions of people, even around the world, it's like I am that TMZ video.
And you've been reduced. You feel like you've just been reduced to this one moment of like the hardest, most painful shameful moment, that's what everybody sees you through.
Right.
They see you through that lens.
Right. And, we did many interviews after the breakdown. Oprah was the first who came to our house. But for whatever reason, the way media is set up, it's not like all those interviews get to those millions of people who heard about the breakdown. So what I find is like I ask my friends who are in my circle, just out of curiosity, like, what do your friends say when they hear you're friends with me? And all of them have said to me, they want to know how you are. They want to know how you're doing, if you're doing okay, which is really kind and earnest,
So what would you tell them?
I would tell them I'm doing great. Like, I've learned a lot. I feel like with the things that actually matter in life, I'm doing really well. I have great friends. My family's thriving. Business is starting up. I have a creative agency, and I have a children's book that we're creating. That's done, but we're creating a brand around that lifestyle, how to be an everyday activist that's, invitational, inspirational, and kind of making activism less scary and polarizing, and making it a part of your everyday person.
So what would you want those people not to know?
Well, I think it's just like looking at your own life, whoever hears this, and imagining your worst day when you were so not yourself, and then imagining that being magnified by 100 million, and having it be something that you can't take down. In terms of when you Google yourself, that is the predominant thing that comes up. And there's others. Like, I feel like in a sense, when Monica Lewinsky did her TED Talk, I felt really connected to her in terms of the shame and the inability to correct the narrative, in terms of like coming to terms with there's nothing I can do or say that will ever reimagine or repaint that version of me.
Hey guys, it's Mike. Just popping in real quick. I don't know if you heard what Jason just said, but it's really important. He said, nothing I ever do or say will ever repaint that version of me. That first life, the life before the street corner incident, the life before Coney and the breakdown. That life is gone for Jason. I don't know if you hear it in his voice, but there's sadness. There's a longing and a grief to know that certain things are not coming back. The way it was is not coming back. And that we're left with today. And he is left with today and building a life out of the raw materials that he has in his hands right now. And Jason's doing that, and it's inspiring. But that doesn't necessarily relieve the grief that we feel for the old life, the dreams, the things that never were. One of the things that I love about when we come to the end of ourselves is that is the beginning, the true beginning of the spiritual journey. When we come completely undone, completely cracked open, completely exposed, then we can just truly be ourselves.
Even my friends and coworkers, I explained that like the breakdown itself was out of body, in that I truly felt that something in my body was controlling my body, which when you hear that sounds like you're taking yourself out of the responsibility of what happened, which I never want to. I feel like I take responsibility for all my actions and decisions leading up to that moment, but then the moment happened. And
do you think you take too much responsibility?
take too much responsibility? Maybe. I've come to terms with I don't know how else it could have happened. I mean, my friends who were with me, Bob and Danica, are like, we wish that we like tied you up and like, you know, chained your physical body to a pole or something. And I'm like, but really? Like, was that really gonna happen? So, no, I think honestly, like, it's taken 5 years to realize that, like, because of that, what happened to me, I've actually been a source of healing for a lot of people who struggled with mental illness and with anxiety and with breakdowns and with whether it happened to themselves or whether it happened to a family member. They've been able to have the courage to share that with me and say, like, I'm so glad that, like, my naked butt's not on TMZ, but it's almost like, thanks for taking one for the team and, like, for allowing people to hopefully talk about mental health.
So you've seen a lot of good things come from, obviously, your hardest moment ever in your entire life.
Yes.
And existence. And then you're also seeing sort of maybe the remnants of that too. Just there's still unresolved pieces. There's still shame. It feels like maybe some of the things that are happening today in terms of like, this is my second chance at something. I'm putting myself back out there again. I don't want to be judged.
Right.
I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to fail. I don't want my kids to hurt. I want Danica to, be in the, how are you processing all that? Like, in terms of, there's the excitement, which is certainly, and maybe you tell the critics or the people that saw you naked on TMZ, like, hey, look, I'm standing again. I'm doing something again. I have this book. I'm with my family. We're doing this amazing trip. But there's also this piece of you that feels, not quite like maybe the wound is still the wound. Mm-hmm. And it still speaks into some of the things of today.
Yeah, and we've talked about this idea a lot in terms of it's really difficult to help somebody through something if you have no idea how painful it is or what it's like. And on this existential human journey, so far, it is impossible to actually be inside someone else's experience. But if you have had a similar pain, whatever that might look like in terms of your childhood or background, that pain, if you allow it to connect with someone else's immediate pain, then it will heal you and it will heal them better than any kind of yoga or therapy or medication can.
That was Jason Russell joining Mike Foster on Fun Therapy. Go check it out and subscribe. Stay tuned. Up next, your feedback. You're listening to Dan Kroll. The song is Bad Boy. Okay, it's time for your feedback. How'd you feel about that segment where you heard another counselor do what you were trained to do? What are your thoughts about Mike Foster's ability?
Very impressive. I mean, it's always impressive to be able to like render something helpful in real time.
Yeah.
And in front of a microphone and with someone that like you may not necessarily know. pretty impressive.
What I love about Fun Therapy is that he'll, in each episode, Mike kind of, as you're listening in real time, he'll pop in from like post-production and kind of like clue you in on, listen to this, or this is what we're going to, this is why we're doing this, and listen to how he responds. You know, it's like, it's fascinating to have that kind of like almost narrator walk a layman listening through that process. Because what you guys know and how you're skilled is just fascinating to me. And you guys are operating at an insight and a level that just, when I'm just listening to a conversation, I didn't realize how we got there was very intentional.
In my life, I would never let him interview me. I cannot imagine Jason doing that. I mean, that's awesome if they did it, but I would never. It's amazing that the other side of it is pretty impressive, like to allow yourself to be put out there.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay. Well, last week's feedback, we'll excuse Eddie for this part because he wasn't here for last week's show.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, it's time for your feedback. Last week on the show, we actually got into a conversation about breakup stories. Don't ask why. We asked you, what are your most memorable and or horrible breakup stories? You went over to the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com and posted them there. You also tweeted us at Relevant Podcast as well. Here are a few of our favorites.
Well, Melissa Ann said she dated a guy for a few months who couldn't believe he got me, told me repeatedly he didn't think he could ever do any better than me. He asked my dad if he could date me, then a week later said he felt it was going too fast and he wanted to take it a little slower. Never heard from him again. Turns out he moved to another city. Maybe I should have seen it coming, because after he ended one of our dates in prayer by saying, "Dear God, thank you for Amy," except my name isn't Amy. Amy was his ex-girlfriend. What?
No way.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, she should have seen it coming right there. But saying I'm going to tap the brakes and then moving away is a bold move.
But did the city that he went to, is that where Amy lived?
I wondered. Oh, she's
a lot.
Probably.
Yeah. Foiled by his own piety. Take that. All right. Matt concedes that this was totally his fault. And I love it just because of how transparent he is, like upon further reflection, that he did something terrible. He said he dated this girl when he was in high school for a few months and realized it just wasn't working. He decided that honesty is always the best policy. So I just honestly told her, I don't like you enough to keep dating you. We have to break up.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no specifics.
But in his mind, he said, at the time I was thinking, I'm a great guy, just being honest and taking the high road.
Ripping the
She will be
Band-Aid off.
upset, but ultimately understand.
But he didn't say anything that would help her. I mean, like, it wasn't like, getting constructive criticism at a job performance or something,
Well, hence her reaction. Instead, she did not understand. Instead, she called me an idiot, pushed me as hard as she can, and ran away in tears. I'm the bad guy in this one. A more gentle approach is recommended. That's like, honesty isn't always the best policy. That's a terrible phrase, because you could go up to a girlfriend and be like, listen, I don't like your big dumb hair, and it's over. Guess what? You might not like her big dumb hair, but that would be a terrible thing to say. So, Matt, lesson learned, you deserve to get pushed. And
is this a third grade thing? Like, who's pushing somebody? I mean, like, how is that normal?
I mean, if you're going to say, if he's going to break up like that, then he loses the right to criticize her for any response, because he went for it.
Yeah.
And it's an equal and opposite response, right?
I guess. He verbally pushed, he physically pushed, I guess.
Yeah. Anthony said, so this one just showcases a lack of foresight on Anthony's part. He was once in a relationship before he went to a Bible school overseas for 6 months. My girlfriend at the time was intending on serving in missions overseas for a few months at the beginning of the winter. We planned her trip so that on her way to the mission, she would stop through where I was living and we would travel together for a week during my winter break. This is when he decides before the trip to break up with her, even though she's already purchased the plane trips and the flights for her mission trip that go through the town he's in. And so what ends up happening is she still has to go through with it, and the two of them travel awkwardly together for an entire week. That's just a lack of foresight. Even if you know the relationship isn't working out, Anthony, just delay the breakup, man. Like, it's better than the awkward week-long road trip. But the good news is, is his girlfriend that he's broken up with actually met the person who is her fiance right now during the road trip. So all worked out well, except for Anthony. He appears to be still single according to his avatar. So bad move on you, dude.
Wait. According to his avatar, he's still single. So because he doesn't have a girl in his avatar, you think he's single? There's a lot of people in relationships that have themselves as their avatar.
I'm digging in a little bit here, and I'm going to have to agree with Jesse's. He's not just by himself in the one picture.
Okay.
He's with. He seems to have a lot of bros. I'm on his Facebook page right now. It's I'm going a little deeper than I'm comfortable with on this segment.
I'm going deep. Anthony, I apologize. You seem like a good dude, but you don't seem married.
He does seem like good news. He was honest about the situation, and they were in the mission field, so obviously he's got a heart to serve. But I will say, I'm looking at his picture, and he's got some cool bros that he's hanging with, so I think he's okay. So he's on like a snow-covered mountain with like 4 dudes with their arms around each other. I think he ended up okay. I'm just saying, Anthony, next time, delay the breakup, dude. That's all. Go on your bros trip. Delay the breakup.
All right, there's a lot more stories where those came from. Go check them out on the podcast episode page. It's time for this week's
editorial question of the week. Hey.
Okay, well, normally our editorial question of the week ties into something that happened on the show. You know, we take a second off mic, a little behind, inside baseball. We're just like, let's talk about, maybe this, maybe this. This week, it has nothing to do with the show. It has everything to do with the month we're in. We got to plan ahead. And at the end of October is Halloween. And Halloween, the way we like to celebrate it, isn't the way they celebrate it in Boca Raton with satanic stuff.
Yeah.
We like to celebrate it with puns and humor and things like that. So we want to start crowdsourcing. We want your help coming up with great 2017 Halloween costume ideas. We need your most clever, your most punny, most timely Halloween costume ideas. In years past when we've done this, like, what was it, 2015, somebody suggested dressing up as Cecil the Lion, and then the person that you would go with would be like
the dentist.
A dentist. So a lion and a dentist. Timely. That's good stuff. I like that.
That's what we want those pop culture references. Like right now, I'm leaning strongly towards Dana being Papyrus and I being an angry Ryan Gosling. Obviously I look exactly like him, so that's not that hard. I might want to up the challenge for him, but you get the idea. Yeah. We want pop culture references here.
So hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, or you can post yours at the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. So your favorite or your best Halloween 2017 punny, cultural, timely costume ideas. Okay, on that note, we'll wrap things up. Many thanks to this episode's sponsors for making the show possible. Remember, you can go over to SamaritanMinistries.org to check out more about their memberships. Right now, a one-person membership starts at just $100 a month. 2 people for $203 and up, starting at $250. Just as significantly, Samaritan members also pray for each other and include notes and cards of encouragement with those monthly shares, which they send directly to other families. It's an awesome alternative for providing healthcare. Also, thanks to RX Bar. Right now, you can go over to rxbar.com/relevant and enter promo code relevant at checkout for 25% off your first order. Go do it. I eat these things every day. They're fantastic. Thanks to our guests for joining us. John Mark McMillan, his new album, Mercury and Lightning, is out now. You can follow him on Twitter at JohnMarkMC. And also thanks to Mike Foster. Fun Therapy with Mike Foster debuts this week. Subscribe now in iTunes and leave a review, and make sure to check out the show. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
I'm Chandler Strang.
I'm Tyler Huckabee.
I'm Jesse Carey.
We'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
It's the most wonderful time. Ring ding a ding ding ding. You know it's coming, guys.